Good morning. How are you today?
Fine, I try to survive in interviews.
Well, first off, it's a tremendous honor to speak to you. And congratulations on MICMACS.
Thank you.
Being an admirer of your work for so long, I really enjoyed it, and I loved the whole fable aspect of it. It feels to me like it's a fantasy. It's like a comedy fantasy, and I was just wondering. And it was kind of said in the notes, but what aspect were you really looking for more? The humanity of these characters, these junkyard dealers, or just the mishmash between that and...
It was a kind of mix, in fact, and I had three different feelings, and it wasn't so obvious to match them, because between the weapons deal, the serious issue, the slapstick aspect, it was so different, and I was very concerned to match that. And I was thinking about the Kubrick's movie Dr. Strangelove, and also about the Great Dictator from Charlie Chaplin, to reassure me to say, maybe it's possible. But when we made some research about the weapons deal, because we made real investigation research and interviews, and we visited the weapons manufacturer in Belgium, I thought it's a very interesting subject. I could make a serious film about that, but it was too late. I started to write the script with a slapstick, but I could have made another film, like Lord of War, for example. Lord of War, because we met very interesting people. They have the passion for technology, and they completely forget the final destination of the technology. It's strange. But very interesting. They are very nice people. They could work in another industry. In fact. They are not fascists. They are not mean. They don't have the hate. And they say just, if we don't do that, American industry is going to do that instead of us, Yeah, well, it's true.
Yeah, I mean, living here, that's definitely true.
Americans are the worst weapons dealers. And second, I think, is China or Russia and Czechia and Belgium and France. But Americans are the worst. You are the worst. I'm sorry to tell that.
Well, I mean...
And you continue to build mines. In Europe now it's forbidden. But it's forbidden, but they do. Because in Belgium they told us, we don't do that, but you can't do that. It's a complete hypocrite market.
One of the other things I kind of noticed with the film, and I've noticed it in all your films, is I don't think anyone does violence as both shocking and comedic at the same time as you do. And it's, I mean, you mentioned Kubrick as an example, and I mean, it's a very broad sense of humor, and I'm just wondering.
Oui, vous avez déjà parlé de Kubrick, c'est un sens d'humeur très large, très ouvert.
So I'm just curious to know, what is it about that kind of showing violence in such that way, like how Bazil gets shot in the head? There is a sort of comedy to it, and his bad luck in terms of it. And I'm just wondering what really amuses, like.
I try to avoid violence because it's so easy. So, it's an insane pleasure to see and to watch violence. And now you have so much violence. I was watching a documentary on American TV about the video game, violent video games. And I saw some amazing things I didn't know. You could see a guy on the street kicking the face of another guy, but it's not just weapons now. It's so much violence. And it's pretty disturbing, but we don't know if it's good for young people to play violence in the game instead of real life. We don't know. I love the joke from Albert Dupontel, my actor. He says, we have to check what it was on TV the day before the massacre of the Saint Valentin. Saint Valentin was 22 centuries ago, And it's true, the violence is the violence with human beings. But it's shocking, and in a film I try to avoid because it's not interesting to show. I put the bullet on the brain because it was necessary to justify the revenge, the story of the revenge, because I had to justify the guy, Bazil, takes the time to find the people, for the father in his own brain. And I killed two guys on the film, and that's it, only two. Three guys. Politically incorrect joke, I love that because they are French, but they are black. You know? Don't do that, don't do cut it. It's a joke, it's a joke.
Well, I have a sense of humor.
Yeah.
You've worked on every single one of your films. I have to mention this with Dominique.
Yeah.
Pignon. And I love the work you do with him. He's a very fascinating character. And you say you like to put him in the most uncomfortable situations.
Yes, it's
imaginable.
a joke because each time we invent some amazing things. But with him, because he's pretty physical, he does that. In the city, he was attached in a pillow, and the worst was on Alien Resurrection. He was on the back of the black guy, walking on the bottom of the swimming pool, and he couldn't swim. It was very dangerous for him. And one day, the diver, because they had two divers, one at the beginning, one at the ending of the way. And the second one was outside to pee. He didn't tell that to anybody. Anybody could know, you know. And when you arrived at the end, no air. He almost passed away. You know, he was not alive.
Wow. Is there any situation that maybe you're thinking of for the next time?
No, I don't know. It depends on the story. In this one, it wasn't so dangerous, but on the cannon, it was pretty uncomfortable. And I remember at noon, we said, okay, we are going to eat. Ciao. And but the worst, we throw him in the sand, and the river is just a river right here. It's not clean. So we had to give him injection against the rat's pee. And it was not a pleasure for him. And he had two divers to pull him in the sand, you know. And he had some water, mineral water on the mouth to avoid to have the dirty water.
Wow.
To split.
Wow. Does it get easier each time you work with him?
It's easy with him because he's very technical and he surprised me every time. That's the reason I work with him. Every time he surprised me. On Amélie, I had nothing for him. I wanted just to give him a cameo. And he told me, I would like to play the jealous guy. And I said, it's nothing, because on the paper it was very cheap. And if the jealous guy is pretty funny, it's because Dominique was very, he brought the character of the guy.
Well, that kind of brought me to my next question, because being that you've worked with him so many times, and you've worked with Audrey Tautou a few times, when you write...
Finish the trilogy with Channel 5.
Wow.
You know?
Yeah. When you write, do you envision, because I was wondering if you envisioned Dominique as the character, but you said that he had another role, but do you envision...
Sometimes you think about someone, sometimes you don't, and you are looking for the character for a very long engagement for the guy, the young guy, I didn't know. So I saw maybe 50 different guys. So it's a long process. But sometimes immediately you think about someone, it's easier. I immediately imagine Dominique Pinot in Fracas in French. Buster, I think, in English.
Buster.
Okay. Of course, one thing you're also noted for, at least for me, and one of the reasons why I love your film so much, is you have such a unique style, a unique visual style. And I really liked in the film that all the billboards had a scene of something that was similarly going on.
J'ai pas compris.
Il disait que tous les posters, donc tous les affiches, avaient représenté quelque chose qui était symbolique
Oh,
de ce qui se passait.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah, of course, yeah, the joke about the poster. Yes, I thought it's impossible to do that, it's completely forbidden. And I didn't care, I wanted to try.
Yeah.
And I wasn't sure, I thought maybe people are going to be upset, what is it a reference to himself, you know. Same thing for Delicatessen, I put a small scene about Delicatessen, you know that.
Yeah.
So.
Mm-hmm.
But because at the last moment we lost an authorization and I had to find something. And in fact I wanted to make a joke with Amélie, with Audrey Tautou with two babies crying and Matthew Kassovitz with a bear watching TV, you know.
Yeah.
And she refused because she turned on because she was making a Chanel, Coco Chanel. And she, no, I can't do that. So I made Delicatessen. So the poster, yes, why not? It's a joke. You have to find 5. It's a game. Everybody sees 3. And you have to buy the DVD to see the
Okay.
No, the two other are in the store, in the video store. One of them is a DVD receiving the bullet. You can see one frame. It explodes, you know. It's a
Okay.
DVD of MICMAC. And the other one, it's a poster just above the TV, but everybody watched the TV at this time, the TV with this big screen.
Okay, I think I know which one you're referring to. I just remember seeing it, and I laughed in the theater. I
Yeah,
laughed
the
really
two,
hard when I saw
the
it.
biggest one is with the motorcycle, with the train, everybody
Yeah.
sees that. Another one with the car behind on the wall, it's pretty obvious. And the last one is when the car goes through the poster, everybody sees that.
The film seems to be a tribute to old cinema in terms of its slapstick humor.
Yes, of course, of course.
Do you feel that, particularly in America, because I kind of feel it, do you think it's getting ignored? This remembrance of old-time
Parce que
cinema?
surtout, ce cinéma maintenant est ignoré.
You think so? Because in France it's still, it's when each time you see something like this, you feel it's new, you continue to laugh.
Okay.
And it's amazing because 1 century after, it's still funny. I was watching The Circus from Charlie Chaplin, and I laughed, but for real, it wasn't, I am an intellectual, I appreciate silent movie. No, I laughed in the first degree. It was so funny.
What I mean by that is, do you think that, I feel worldwide there's still a connection to older cinema, but I feel within like the past 15 or so years that everything is just about the blockbuster.
Yes, you're right. And we have so many frames and pictures and things and stuff to watch and to see now with internet, video games, American series, films, magazines. It's YouTube. It's too much. It's too much. We don't have enough time. You're right. And in France, we have less cinephile. Does that make sense?
Film lovers?
Film lovers. Less now. I know because I edited a DVD about a beautiful TV show, a French TV show about cinema during the 80s, cinemas,
Okay.
and it's a masterpiece. And we made the best of, and we sold only 6,000, and I was so disappointed. It means we have just 6,000 cinema lovers now in France. But you're right, young people, they don't have the time. Too many things. I have so many DVD. I can see them. Too many, too much.
With that said, what is your opinion of the fact that, especially within the last 10 years, anybody can really pick up a camera because the technology is so good? And
it's good and it's not, because when you needed some film, and it was very expensive, complicated to make, to get the sound, and at this time, just the best, the more motivated people were able to make films. Now, so many people make something. On the other hand, you could find good idea, good things pretty easily. But on the other hand, there is a short film festival in France. 10 years ago or 20 years ago, they had maybe, 500 films to watch. Now they have 5,000 films to watch.
Yeah.
And of course, 99% are craps. Craps?
Crap.
Crap. I agree with you there. On my side, I do everything on my website by myself, and I just don't have the time to watch everything.
Yes.
And literally I would say about a good 75% of what I get from, there's some really, really good independent films, but there are some that I like to call steaming piles of caca. So it's...
yeah, you're right.
Okay. That's all I have.
Sorry.
It's okay. After MICMACS, what is coming up for you?
After MICMAC, I will know, because in fact I would like to make an adaptation now, to make something more adult, more serious. I think I finished a kind of loop with MICMAC, because I put everything I love to make, jokes and tweaks, but now I would like to change. I would like to make something different. And for that I need to find a good book, and I found a good book. But unfortunately, I heard the author would like to make the film himself, but I'm not sure. I have to have a confirmation. It's an American author. He's a scriptwriter. I prefer to avoid to tell which book because. But if it's not the case, I read one book per day. I'm a fast reader, and I try to find a good book. On the other hand, I have some personal ideas, so I don't know. I have to develop them.
Yeah.
I need to take my time. I am in a good shape when I work, but I prefer to take my time. I need to be in love with the subject because I have to spend 3 years to do that. Between the writing, because I write myself, and the promotion, at all, it's 3-4 years. It's a long process.
This is a question I ask everybody. It is a bit of a big question. Let's say that instead of being a filmmaker as you are, you became a film professor of film history, and you have 5 movies to show your class. What movies best represent the history of film?
To show it's complicated.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you love a film and it's not a masterpiece. You love for personal reason. It's the case with Good Will Hunting. It's not a masterpiece. Just Gus Van Sant, you know this film. Mm-hmm. And I love it. I don't know why I can watch it and rewatch it. And The Godfather is a masterpiece. I can watch it, and it's a masterpiece. And I have a special affection for the old French cinema, from Marcel Carné, Jacques Prévert, but it's personal, and I love Night of the Hunter. Maybe it's 5 at the end, but yeah. I don't know if there are the film I would like to show to students. I don't know. It's another subject, because I am not a teacher. I don't know.
That's okay. It's kind of like my trademark question, and a lot of people like, it's good, and then some people are like, that's hard to think. And I get some people like a week later, they email me like the list.
Recently I show, because now I am more, it's difficult for me to fall in love with the film now, because I am getting older, because maybe the cinema is a little bit exhausted after 1 century. And it was another film I was in love with. It's Mary and Max, an animated film from Adam Elliott, an Australian guy. Okay. Mary and Max. You don't know it? Watch it. Buy the DVD, man. It's a masterpiece. It's for adults. It's not for a kid. It's not a kid movie.
Okay. And my final question is, what do you hope audiences get out of MICMACS when it is released?
If I can, Alfred Hitchcock used to say, some people do some slices of life. I do some slices of cake. That's my definition of the cinema. If they could appreciate the cake, I will be happy.
All right. And that concludes.
Okay. Thanks.
Thank you so much.